Hello, good evening. Welcome to Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo Baka. Straight up, Economist Intelligence Unit is reaffirming its end-year inflation rate of 38.1% on average for Ghana. Well, this means some prices of goods and services will remain high this year. According to the UK-based organization, the upward domestic price pressures will be spurred partly by pass-through effects of the introduction of new taxes and utility tariffs. Here is more.
EIU expects global inflation to ease slightly from 9.2% in 2022 to 7.1% in 2023. Inflation in Ghana will also fall from the high of 50% plus in 2022 to about 38% in 2023. However, it will still be on the high side. According to the UK-based organization, the high global commodity prices stemming from the Russian invasion of Ukraine will continue to weigh on some prices of food products. Again, the strong US dollar will keep annual inflation well above the 2019 levels globally. Inflation went up marginally in May this year to 42.2%. This was driven by food inflation, which surged to 51.8% from the 48.7% recorded in April.
Senior finance lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, Dr. Benjamin Amwa, says banks cannot be held totally liable for the impact of the domestic debt exchange program. Well, this is coming at a time a lot of government bond holders have been made worse off due to the recent debt exchange program. Dr. Amwa explained that banks are primary dealers whose responsibility is to sell.
What is the right of the customer? And do the customers or the client know their right? And more so, whose responsibility is it to educate the customer when it comes to some of these instruments? Is it the bank? Is it the issuer? Or is it the regulator? Or is it the case that the customer himself must educate himself to understand the product that he or she want to buy? These are some of the conversations that we can have. Then having had that conversation, we can then position what the banks did and what they did not do right. But it would be difficult for me to say that a bank should be held responsible. They appear to me to be more of primary dealers whose responsibility was more to sell the bond. It was the responsibility of the buyers of this bond to know their rights and responsibility per the bond indenture, and who should hold responsible should there be any form of default or any form of non-performance as far as the bond instrument is concerned. If you look at the case of the cocoa bonds, the case of the cocoa bond, Bank of Ghana said the banks were not to sell to individuals. And the banks, for whatever reason, decided to sell to individuals. That is a clear statement from the regulator. So for such a case, once there's clarity on it, then a case can be made by the party that feels that that party has been wrongly forced into a contract.
Now, organized labor has suspended its intended nationwide strike come Monday, July 10, following the intervention of Council of State to meet them over their concerns. Labor unions in the country earlier, through the Trades Union Congress, expressed their resolve to embark on an industrial action over the failure of management of Sono Nasogli to reinstate 3 sacked workers of the Ghana Mine Workers Union, and after several appeals and petitions for the company to rescind their decision. But even before July 10 for the scheduled date for the demonstration, well, Council of State has asked organized labor to reconsider their intended strike. Here is the Secretary General of the TUC, Dr. Yauba, when he addressed the media today.
We needed to consult the highest person possible. So we did. Then today, Council of State called us. We were locked up in meeting from 10 o'clock. And the Council of State has assured us, having listened to our issue, they see that we are not asking for the moon. All what we are asking is that our 3 brothers should be reinstated, and that we should work together to ensure that our rights as workers should not be abused by any employer, whether they are Chinese or they are Ghanaian or anywhere they come from. So after they gave us that assurance, they also requested that we should give them time to work with government to get our demand met. So the leadership that met Council of State, we met right there at the premises, and we went back to report to them that we are ready to give them that time. On the basis of that, we agree with them again that we are going to suspend the action which was scheduled for Monday, 10th of July, until further notice. But on the 17th of July, we are all coming back here for updates from Council of State and from the Presidency. They are doing government-to-government consultation, so we need to allow time.
Moving on to some other stories, the Ghana Shippers Authority is calling for the revision of the maritime law to help regulate activities at the ports. According to the Chief Executive of the authority, Benonita Bismarck, the revision is necessary to address critical setbacks at the port, such as piracy attacks. Well, she was speaking at the 14th Maritime Law Seminar for selected justices of the High Court.
The 14th Maritime Law Seminar for selected justices of the High Court focused on how to ensure security in the maritime domain. According to reports, there was 84 piracy attacks on ships in Ghana's territorial waters in 2020. In an interview, Chief Executive of the Ghana Shippers Authority, Benonita Bismarck, said the revision of the maritime law is necessary to address emerging problems at the ports.
The thing is, the Deputy Attorney General talked about Act 29, which is it's almost 6 decades. So it is difficult to use a law that doesn't contain all the provisions that you need to address current issues. You know, at that time, piracy in the Gulf of Guinea was unknown. But now, we talked about some statistics, about 35 seafarers have been kidnapped, some have been killed. So you need to have a law that can bite. You can't, as an administrator of justice, it's not you. You have to go to the law and apply the law. But if it is not there, then you can't give what you don't have. So we need to revise, and the Chief Justice talked about that. We need to revise the law to ensure that it is in consonance with what is happening currently and even for the future.
Justice Getru Tokono added that the anticipated increase in port activities as a result of the AFCFTA will come with its challenges, hence the need for a stronger maritime law.
The continued problems in the Gulf of Guinea create serious concerns about the security of seafarers sailing in that area. It disrupts trade flow and have a direct impact on the ability of our ports as a hub for maritime trade. A poor security situation also imposes high costs on imports and exports and puts jobs and economic activities at risk. It is therefore imperative that the judiciary, as a third arm of state and government, understand how critical it is for us to contribute efficiency and expedition in our adjudication role in order to facilitate a safer and more secure maritime space.
The law is expected to help Ghana clamp down on piracy attacks in the sub-region.
To some more business stories, the Dean of the School of Engineering at the University of Ghana, Professor Elsie Effa-Kaufman, has said that funding for research to provide critical solutions that will address problems in the country is in short supply. According to her, this gap is hindering entrepreneurs from creating useful innovations and products to meet demands in the market. She was speaking at the Africa Prize for Engineering Innovation by the Royal Academy of Engineering.
The Africa Prize for Engineering Innovation gives commercialization support to ambitious African innovators, developing scalable engineering solutions to address local challenges and contribute to economic development. 4 shortlisted participants were given the chance to compete for the prize fund of 25,000 euros to support their businesses. Delivering a keynote address, Dean of the School of Engineering at the University of Ghana, Professor Elsie Effa-Kaufman, said more work needs to be done to support entrepreneurs in the country.
The path of an innovator is not an easy one, and the innovators on our continent face some unique and particularly difficult challenges. First, many African innovators face constraints in accessing capital, infrastructure, and technological resources. This lack of resources can hinder the development and implementation of their innovative ideas. Second, Africa is a continent with a diverse socioeconomic conditions. Innovators often encounter challenges reaching underserved populations, addressing poverty, and bridging the digital divide. Third, navigating complex regulatory frameworks and bureaucratic processes can be daunting for African innovators. Consider inconsistent policies, limited intellectual property protection, and inadequate support systems that can and do impede their progress. Funding for research and development is in short supply, restricting the scope and scale of innovation, thus hindering their growth potential. Finally, gaining access to local and international markets can be a challenge for African innovators. Limited market linkages, trade barriers, and inadequate distribution networks can hinder the scaling and commercialization of their innovations.
A winner of the Africa Prize for Engineering Innovations, Anatoly Kiriwajo, said the support will aid him to expand his business.
We think that even winning the prize is even more than the money, because it has already done a lot of things for us as a company. First of all, we've grown by 60% by just the training that we've had in the trainings, but also winning the prize money is going to help us have 3,000 households that are going to be safe, will be feeling safer because of our technology. The program has done a lot of great stuff. As I tell you, yesterday we were speaking to some of the partners here in Ghana that are now aligning us with the right meetings to understand that this product, Kenya could be the next, Ghana could be the next potential market where we could actually deploy this product.
The participants of the Africa Prize for Engineering Innovation were also taken through trainings and tailored mentoring, including support with developing business plans, recruitment, financing, and commercialization.
More on SMEs, because some small and medium businesses have called on government to introduce policies which will cushion the SME sector ahead of the 2023 mid-year budget scheduled for Parliament this month. According to the businesses, reduction in taxes, the facilitation of cheaper finance options, and deepened collaborations will be needed to grow the sector. There is more in this report.
Ghana's SME sector contributes up to 60% of the country's GDP and employs over 80% of the workforce. Unfortunately, high taxes and interest rates are a few of the challenges facing the sector. Speaking on Joy Business Social, a weekly podcast which airs every Thursday, some of these businesses outline their expectations ahead of the 2023 mid-year budget review. Chief Executive Officer of Kent Investment, Richard Addison, bemoaned high taxes and expensive cost of capital as a huge challenge facing the sector.
So we need to be smart about collecting our taxes, but not increasing taxes. At the end of the day, I'm an SME, 15% VAT. I mean, all these taxes. How much am I going to charge for my product? Who's going to afford it? Mind you, the person who is actually sending things into Ghana is getting 0 to 5% interest on loans they are producing in their country. Now I am paying 25% to 30%. So I am at a disadvantage already. But you want to create entrepreneurs and businessmen in Ghana. How do you do that?
CEO of the Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs, Sharif Gali, called for specific and targeted support which will ensure the upscaling of the SME sector.
Let's not do the sporadic way of supporting. 10,000 come, there's this 1 million, then 1 million Ghana cedi, you give it to 2 million SMEs. I'm just giving an example. That means there is little to no impact. So if we want to really support our ecosystem, support our SMEs to scale up, then let's do targeted support. I don't mind if you pick 5 young entrepreneurs in Ghana, grow their business, let them scale up, even if they can't raise to the unicorn level, but then they're able to make impact. And these people can expand and employ. Then the next time you are coming, you target another 5. This is the right and systematic way to support an ecosystem.
On the need to boost Ghana's participation in the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, managing partner of She's Partners LLC, Sena Jisa, called on government to double its efforts on empowering SMEs to compete on the African market.
GEPA deserves huge commendation for all of the strategies with its national export development strategy that is currently running and all of the other initiatives, right? We on the ground as entrepreneurs, there are lots of entrepreneurs. Of course, things have been done, right? We couldn't have waited. That is fine. But why are we not positioning ourselves? Why are we not quickening up the steps to ensure that we are ready and we are getting positioned? At the moment, if you talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, if you ask a lot of businesses, there are lots of people who can't be bothered about AFCFTA. Put aside can't be bothered, there are lots of people who do not know. Is there an information center? What is the intentionality to build awareness? What is the intentionality to build sensitization?
With the SME sector forming over 90% of business enterprises in Ghana, there is no doubt about its potential to drive growth. Unfortunately, many businesses await the enabling ecosystem promised by government to boost growth.
Now, it's day one of the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair first mini clinic, and exhibitors are highly expectant. Prospective customers and clients will come and patronize their products within the next 3 days. Now, they tell Joy Business most of their products have the best discounts ever on the market, hence a perfect opportunity for homeowners and potential ones alike to take advantage of this fair.
Exhibitors have showcased their products. First off, let me quickly jump to Green Opal Properties to tell us what they have for us. Pleasure you could join me, sir, on the marketplace. Tell me, what is Green Opal all about and what are you looking forward to?
Oh, okay, Green Opal is all about building homes, beautiful homes, elegant home, luxurious home for the general public and the people in the diaspora. Currently, we are doing 3, 4, and 5 bedroom houses. And our main area of development is with the Adenta Aviation Enclaves. Yes.
So what are you looking forward to at the end of the first day?
Okay, at the end of the fair, we are looking for that one will be open to the public. The public will get to know us more. And then at the end of the day, we'll be able to close deals as well.
So, we are GHS Housing Limited. We are located at Kuntinse Satellite Junction off the Amasamai Road. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 bedroom houses. We have expandable ones and non-expandable ones. We also have introduced our service plot currently that we are selling. We sell them in, we have 56 by 64, we have 77 by 74, and then we have 70 by 100. All at Kuntunse. That is where the properties are.
Elegant Homes is a construction company, and we have a real estate company. We sell 3, 4, 5 bedroom houses in a gated community located at Katamanso off the Adenta Dodowa Road. We have an affiliated company called Elegant Homes Products, which manufactures and fabricates windows and doors from UPVC. They are all UPVC windows. We also sell Gibson adhesives, corner moldings, plasterboards, and many more. Yes.
Interplast is a pipe manufacturing company. That is what everyone knows us for. But aside that, Interplast has these beautiful windows and doors that we also do. So we have them in white, we have beige, and we have gray. So Interplast manufactures this in Ghana here. All the profiles are done by us. We take the measurements, we do the installation. This is a simple sliding system that comes with a mosquito net. We have this gray, we call the tilt and turn. You can open fully for more air, and you can tilt it just to control, especially in the rainy season when you still need water to come into. You don't want water to come into the house, but you need fresh air. So we have this double system as well. So all these are manufactured by Interplast. When you talk about Interplast, quality is what we are very particular about. So with our windows and doors also, we have all the expertise in the house. We recommend, we advise, and then we do the installation ourselves. So it's from start to finish. So that is what we have available here for visitors.
And we do know that tomorrow will be day 2 of the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. You just want to go to that Chimota Mall to get yourself sorted. And that's it for the bulletin. I am Pius Kojo Baka. You can get business stories when you log on to myjoyonline.com/business. I leave you with international business. Do enjoy.